Hey, what's up, Jooba People? So, it's so nice to be live again, to be teaching you this good song from Old J, Get Better. I'll just play the chorus so you get an idea of what it sounds like. Get better, my darling, I know you will. Get better, my darling, I know you will. Get better. And then the verse is like this picking pattern that goes like hallelujah. Okay, so I'm gonna be breaking it down. Oh, this is the fancy title I made. I should have put that in the beginning. But anyway, I'm experimenting with all these little stuff, and there I can show you the full screen of the whole thing. Okay, so you guys get the idea. Okay, so the picking pattern, what are we gonna start with? Let's just quickly see. We're gonna start with the picking pattern. Okay, so the picking pattern of the song is like the one I'm showing on screen right now. Okay, so you start with the thumb on the root note of the chord. So in this case, we're going to start with the D chord. Now, let me just say the original is played in drop D tuning, but for all intents and purposes, I think it's better to have a standard tuning tutorial. And then, you know, if you want to learn the actual one, you can come for a private lesson to me. No, I'm joking. I just think that there will be a lot more appeal to play it, you know, in standard tuning. So anyway, so that's the picking pattern. You can play with these two fingers at the bottom, or I just use the index finger. So everything's going to stay the same except the green one in the picking pattern is going to move for the root note. Okay. So if I'm playing D, I'm going to be doing it on the D string, obviously. And if I'm doing A, I'm going to be doing it on the A string, the thumb. And if I'm doing E, I'm going to do it on the E string. You know, so on and so forth. G, I'm also going to do it on the E string because G, the root note is at the top. Now, if you want the chord diagrams, I want to show you this PDF that I made, which is free, by the way. You can download it with the links in the description. So it's a chords in D PDF. I'm just going to open it in the full window here, so you guys can see it. And it's got a collection of chords. It's got the basic chords in the key of D. Sorry, I just exited. The basic chords in the key of D, D, A, G, B minor, and E minor for very beginners. Okay. And then it's got the chords in the key of D for more advanced players. And then you can just look for the chord in the song that you're playing and then just find it there. And then it's got some advanced shapes, chords in the D3. So this PDF you can get in the description, and some non-diatonic chords. Now, non-diatonic chords are basically just chords that are not really in the key of D, but that are borrowed from another key, okay? But are used quite often in the key of D, songs that use the key of D. So I hope that makes sense. Okay, so download that PDF if you want the chord diagrams. I'm not going to give the chord diagrams in this lesson. Okay, let's go back to our song. So we're busy with the... Wait, that's the breakfast show's program. So we're busy with... Sorry guys, we had a slight interruption into the stream with that, the internet. We've been getting really cloudy weather. Anyway, so with the G, D, that's what you do, and then with the G, same story. Okay. Boom, bum, bum, bum. And then with the A, and then with the B minor, same as the A. You have those chords, you'll be able to do the whole song. Okay, let's do quickly the strumming pattern, okay, that they use in the chorus. So the strumming pattern is this, the strumming pattern that goes bass down, up down, up 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 bass down. you'll see those little dots I drew there on the page. That means this, you're basically going down, but you're not touching the string. So you go bass, down, up, bass, down, up. Get better, my darling, I know you will. Okay, so that's it for the strumming. Doom, jam, ba-da-ba. And the bass is just always going to be on the root note. Let me just make that in green. So that makes sense. Okay, now let's move on. Let's go to the song and all the different sections. I think we're going to be doing a little walkthrough. Chords, walkthrough. Yes, riff. Oh, there's a riff. I'm glad I've got this thing. So the little riff is like... Now the end riff doesn't really sound like the original because they're playing it in drop D, so the riff is going to be but a low D. So you kind of work around that and just go. So that's basically the riff. I'm going to leave the tab on there just a second so you can figure that out. Anyway, let's go back into the thing. We're going to the walkthrough of all the parts of the song. Now, it seems like the song is really complicated, but it's not. It's really just a few different sections to this thing. So we're going to start with verse 1. Verse 1 has got the section going. Let's just say that part is going to be twice. Okay, now I just want to tell you something about how I notate chords. So you'll see sometimes I'm underlining 2 chords, and that just means each chord is taking up half of each bar, half of the bar. Okay, so A and G will be 1 bar, and then D will be a 1 bar. So each time a chord is written, it's a bar. So for instance, it's going to sound like this: A, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. So you see that's how that section is going to sound. So if it's underlined, each chord is 2 beats long, basically, depending on the time signature, but most songs will be in 4/4. Okay, so the picking pattern, you're going to do 1, 1, 2, 1, 2. That's how the verse 1 is going to sound. So if you sing over it, it's going to be hallelujah, listen to the again, da da la la, da 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 da, I see you. Now the second part of the verse is going to be this da da da, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, da 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 da. Man, I know you. So the internet is just giving me so many issues today. Anyway, let's just keep going. And then B minor, and then A for the second verse, and then a younger you, then a younger me. That's actually no chord because he's just singing there, but the chord in context is actually going to be a D. So if you want to play you and the younger me, I am yours. And then we have this tag section here, which goes E, but it's got this bass line going down on the E. I am yours and you are mine. Now this D6 is not included because it's not a very common chord, but it's basically those 3 notes on the 5th fret, and you play from the 4th string open. I am yours, you are mine. And then this A, which comes from the A bar chord, but I like to play with the open A string. Okay, and then we got so that's how that part goes. After that, you are mine. Din, din, din. Anyway, so that's the kind of thing. That's just a little bit of instrumental kind of thing. So if you just take some screenshots of this or something, and then you'll be able to play the whole thing. Download the PDF with the chords and the KFD. You have to register on our site, but it's free. And then if you want private lesson from me, something more tailored and more specific to what you want to learn, like very tailor-made lessons, then just hit me up in the links in the description and you can get all the details there. Cheers. Have a nice day. I hope this video turned out well with all the interruptions. Peace out.